Hello everyone, section 6.6, inequalities in two triangles. In the last section we did the triangle inequality theorem, and that was comparing sides and angles within a single triangle. Here we have Hinge theorem and its converse, which is going to be looking at comparing sides and angles from two different triangles. Okay, so here we're in example 1, we're told segment AB is congruent to segment DE. Segment BC is congruent to segment EF, and you can see the tick marks are already put on here. We also see in the diagram that AC is 11 centimeters and DF is 10 centimeters. In other words, AC is bigger than DF. We want to compare angle B, which is opposite AC, to angle E, which is opposite DF. According to the Hinge theorem, angle B, so the measure of angle B, has to be greater than the measure of angle E. And I know that angle symbols and greater than symbols and less than symbols are going to look confusing in this. So maybe I'll do this just for that example. Okay, example 2. Given that BC is congruent to EC, AB is congruent to DE, and angle B, which is 48 degrees, is bigger than angle E, which is 47 degrees, we want to compare AC to CD. And again, we have a side angle side situation here. We have the converse of the Hinge theorem going on. And segment AC being opposite the bigger angle has to be longer than segment CD. So the measure of segment AC, notice I'm using the proper notation, measure of segment AC is greater than the measure of segment CD. Example 3. What can we conclude about the measures of angles A and Q in this figure? So AC is congruent to SQ, AB is congruent to QR, 26, which is opposite angle A, is smaller than 27, which is opposite angle Q. So, angle measure of angle A is less than the measure of angle Q by the converse of the triangle Hinge theorem, or just Hinge theorem? The Hinge theorem. Okay, example 4. I want to write a proof. So we're given that AB is congruent to BC. We're given that AD is bigger than CD. Okay, and we want to prove that the measure of angle ABD, this one right here, is going to be bigger than the measure of angle CBD right here. Okay, so statements and reasons. Statement 1, rewrite the given information. Statement 2, what else do we know in this diagram that we haven't marked up? What other conclusions can we make? Well, we know BD is congruent to itself. BD congruent to BD. Reflexive property. Statement 3, now that we've got the side angle side situation, and we know that the third sides are one's bigger than the other, then we can conclude the measure of angle ABD is greater than the measure of angle CBD. Converse of the Hinge theorem. And we write at the end of all proofs, QED. All right, example 5. This one is challenging to draw, and the drawing is key to solving this problem. Once you've got the drawing down, then solving this problem is not that hard. It's another hinge problem, obviously. So two groups of bikers leave the same camp heading in opposite directions. So we'll call this point here C for camp. Okay. Each group travels 2 miles and then changes directions and travels 1.2 miles. So we're being told that two pairs of sides of a triangle are going to be congruent. Group A starts due east. So they go due east for 2 miles and then turns northward 45 degrees. And this is the tricky part. Towards the north, (45 degrees), and they travel for 1.2 miles. We end up here at point A, 1.2 miles that they've traveled. Group B travels 2 miles south. Raise that a little bit. Not quite that long. Trying to make them kind of close to the same. So we'll call this the 2 miles in the south direction. And then turns 25 degrees towards the east. And travels, that's pretty close. So we'll say this part here is 25 degrees. This length is again the 1.2 miles. This is where group B is, so we have A, B, and C. And the question is group B further from the camp than group A or not as far? So we want to know this distance versus this distance. So which is bigger, AC or AB? Whoops. What's bigger, AC or AB? Okay. Well, let's take a look at these two triangles. Let's take a look at this triangle up here. We already know we've got 2 and 1.2, which matches up with the 2 and the 1.2. What we don't know is this angle here. How does that compare to this angle here? We have to calculate this. So this is going to be 135 degrees because that angle is supplementary to the 45 degrees. This angle here is 155 degrees. On the screen, yep, 155 degrees because it's supplementary to this 25 degrees. Okay. Well, 155 is bigger than the 135. So BC is bigger than AB. So BC, the length of segment BC is greater than the length of segment AC. Therefore, group B is further from camp than group C. Group B. Group A. Third time's a charm. Okay? And that's the example 5. Thank you very much. Bye.